We are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is the Lit Stream. We are Shades of Blue. Happy draft day to everybody. We're in our football, about to talk about some football. Let's have some fun today. Sharpie Charlie Tarek, how's it going, friends?
Good night, man.
Doing all right, man. I can't complain. You know, I didn't really pay attention to when Jake asked me in behind the scenes my NFL team, because I just realized I'm the only one that's not wearing it, but I don't really have one. I should have put on my Miami gear en route for Cam Ward, because that's really what I care about. But
that's a lot right there.
You know, all things Miami. So, you know,
I mean, feel free
to
to disappear and show back up in some hurricane gear. I actually have 2 pot pies in the oven that I might have to disappear and go check on at one moment. But we are here with another amazing show. We got people we actually haven't chatted with in a while. Well, I mean, I chat with Jake, not personally, but you know, there's group chats and other things. But Justin, Roberto, it's very good to be able to reconnect with the homies. Man, I mean, I guess where should we start before we bring our first guest on? Is there anything in particular either you got to get off your chest or you've been thinking about?
I know I saw a rumor today that I saw in a rumor a tweet that Kevin says that he doesn't want to do the Club World Cup, almost like ruling that out because he doesn't want to jeopardize injury to, you know,
whatever his next team is going to be,
whatever the next club, which makes sense to me. So it's kind of like, I'm happy that this stuff is out now, right? Like, get it out now before the FA Cup. Like, let's set up these last 5 matches. Let's call it 6, right? FA Cup semi, 4 in the PL, FA Cup final. And then we send you out away at Fulham and just say thank you for everything. So I'm really hoping that, you know, he can go out on top. That's really where I am at with it right now.
Good. I had the Daily Mail's Jack on again, and it was nice chatting with them. First off, I want to say he gave, rightfully so. I thought he was joking when I was going to Manchester. He's like, hit me up, we'll go and get some beers. And that was the first thing he said was, you didn't hit me up. And then proceeded to give me so much shit. I know. And legit, and he meant it. And so I'm just squirming for the first 5 minutes because I felt bad. I did.
Did you do the thing where oh, he's busy, I'm not gonna hit him up? I just do that thing, or you just got busy, or you just
my brain was melted after those first 2 days, especially after that entire match day and running around with Man City, and then the halftime show. I was just big overstimulated, and I didn't think about it. And then naturally, he like the English do, and he was like, I was waiting to hear from you, and then the next thing you know, I see on social media you're hanging out with Manchester Evening News. I was like,
He said he went to the ops.
I was fake as fuck, bro.
You ain't a real one, bro.
This is so long story less long. I'm for sure going to Philadelphia to naturally go see City, but hang out with them at home.
Wait, are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You coming?
I'm gonna go to Philly.
Yo, I definitely want to make that drive. That's our last day at school, but fuck them kids.
Yeah, Philly and probably Atlanta. I was thinking Atlanta and Orlando, but I really don't want to go to Florida. I just don't want to go.
I'm not stepping foot in that state.
I just don't want to go. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do Philly and Atlanta, and I need to go see the people in Atlanta. Most dope people in Atlanta. Okay, well, shoot, let's bring the first guest on. You know him, you love him. We know him, we love him. It's been some time. Shady Gang, give it up.
Hey. Happy to be back. People love me. That was such a good introduction.
It's always good to be loved, right?
It is, yeah. How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, good, real good.
Going great, Justin. How are you tonight, man? How's it going for you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we've been running around. This is the first podcast appearance I've done since we moved. So I didn't realize it until an hour ago. I'm I don't know where my mic is. So like that was a whole thing before we got started, but we're good now. We're ready to
Moving,
roll.
yeah. Just
Sounds
looking
great.
through
Coming through
boxes.
loud and clear.
Yeah.
It would have been
Yeah.
a little strange for you to look for your mic first before, like, dishes or,
Yeah.
clothes, bedding.
Yeah.
So we understand. We understand.
It's like one of those things where you're putting it off and you're like, I know it's like I've been meaning to like do things, right? And whatever. You guys don't need my daily worries.
And if you're anything like me, I don't label any boxes when I move. So
Yeah,
I'm just like,
no.
hey, it's a surprise whenever I open this box. What's in here? Let's
You
find
can
out.
tell like what's my wife's stuff and what's like my stuff, like where it came from, because
Wait,
there's a difference.
No, there's no way I
go
could
any
have done
further.
that.
How did you
There's
do
no
that?
way.
How do you
Yeah,
just
there's
move
no way I
randomly?
could do that.
That's wild. Just vibe moving with vibes was wild. Like I need order. I'm writing on the lines of the boxes. Living room, bathroom, bedroom.
I get that.
Like that's crazy.
I think because we had like a general plan with like how we packed things into the truck. So like we knew like where everything was supposed to go once it got to the house. But then like now that it's been like months afterwards, I don't have that committed memory anymore. So to your point, like it was a bit of chaos. I probably should have labeled.
I'm getting there. I'm next time I move, I will be very much planned, and more so now that I know that Sharpie's going to be there to judge me if I don't.
In spirit, for sure. You will see me over your shoulder like an imp. Like
You know the
you
worst
don't
thing
grab
though?
a Sharpie and write some shit.
The worst thing is to like be asked to help somebody move and then they're not organized.
Oh, yeah.
So you just like waiting all day trying to figure out, we're just going, what are we moving? I'm like, oh, come on, man. I ain't got time.
Yeah, you need to, like, if you're gonna ask somebody, you have to have like boxes ready.
Yeah, you gotta have
we're
everything ready.
to
Oh,
move things to the
1000%.
truck now. Yeah.
I'm working
Beer's
about
ready.
an hour if you ask me. Like this pizza and beer is coming with me. I need efficiency. Like tell me what to do. And then have really good pizza and beer waiting. Like that's the move.
Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. NWSL. I mean, obviously, if Tom Bomb was here, he'd be like, Casey Current, the only unbeaten team in the league.
Last one remaining.
Oh man, how has the season been so far from your perspective? I mean, obviously, shout out Kansas City. Is everything going according to plan to them?
Yeah, I think it's been such an interesting season just because like with how dominant Orlando were last year, and like you're watching them, they're not necessarily as dominant this year, but they're still winning games earlier into last weekend, and like I think it just opens things up for like such a more compelling season when like I guess KC are now running away with it, but I think there's going to be a bit more of a battle than there was last year.
So refresh me. Where are you? What team do you root for?
I mean, it's it's tough because like I feel like I try to come at like covering things from a little more of like a neutral standpoint. But like I'm in St. Louis, I cover St. Louis City SC for like St. Louis Magazine here, and I also do some MLS writing. And then like I think like my big fandom, like growing up, I was always like a Man United, like a Dortmund fan. I'd say I'm more like a Dortmund fan than anything. And then like KC Current was how I got into like covering American soccer. So I always have like a special place in my heart for that organization as well, for how well they've treated me and just like how exciting they've been to watch too.
Did you?
So go ahead.
Oh no, you go Sharpie. Go for it.
No, I was just like looking at the table early, like Washington's tied with Orlando in second place. Like, do you think either of those teams can overtake KC Current, or is it just like KC's to run away with the whole season?
With how they've looked so far, like it's kind of just KC's to run away with. Like obviously that's pending like big injuries or whatever, but they seem to have a lot of depth, and like barring like Dabinia or Tomas Winga or even like Lola Bonta going out, it feels like they're definitely on the front foot. If you look at like how well they've defended on top of just being able to score in bunches, like that last year they were not, at this point in the season, they were not defending well. They had bad goalkeeping. This year they've had great goalkeeping, great defending. So like as the other teams kind of struggle, like the Spirit are just like so banged up. You think at the end of the season they'll definitely be there, definitely be fighting for the title. But for the long haul of the season, they're almost like too banged up to say they're going to be competing with Current for the Shield. And then Like I would maybe point to Orlando, but Orlando struggles. Their like underlying numbers through the early part of the season have not been as dominant as they were last year, and then Gotham's starting to figure out they also have injury issues and stumbled through the early part of the season. So like the Current are kind of the team in the best shape right now, and obviously it's a long season that can change, especially after summer. But it's looking like it's theirs to lose at this point.
We are. I joined with Tom Baum. We are starting a narrative, and I hope Orlando plays terrible. And that way, during the Euro Copa Americano break, Seb Hines is randomly announced as the new manager for Manchester City Women. Seb Hines.
That's where you want to go. That's your narrative.
Yeah.
I don't see him leaving Orlando, like unless it's like Barcelona or something, and like he doesn't play out Barcelona want to play it. But like that level, not to say anything negative about Manchester City.
It sounds like you said something negative about Manchester City.
I clearly took it that way.
I took it as just an honest statement of where we lie. See the difference in us, Justin. You got a lot of feelings over there. I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't leave from Manchester over Barcelona.
I'm taking the fanaticism out of it. I'm trying to take it somewhat level-headed approach.
Fair enough.
Lame. Oh man. So I guess I might have missed it. Are you still in the Kansas area? Did you move to
in St. Louis? So
sorry,
we're in St. Louis, but I haven't been able to make it out to. So like last year, I made it out to a lot of KC Current games, just like driving back and forth. But with how the schedules have lined up, the NWSL did not consult me when they made the schedule, so I've not been able to make it out to any home games this year. But looking forward to getting back on the road within the next month or so, just to like be in person, because you get like such a different vibe when you're there in the stadium, able to watch it like from the press box.
Yeah, I'm excited to try to get to some Chicago Stars games this season. I'm not a Stars fan, but they're the closest team to me. I get to see the homies at the Black Fires and watch some football. So yeah, no, I'm excited about that. Sharpie?
I was really excited to go to the May 2nd match between, I believe, Spirit and Angel City. But now with Trinity's injury, like I'm not going to pay for a ticket until Trinity Rodman's healthy.
I understand.
And so I'm sorry, I will watch, but that's what I want to see in person, right? And I mean, I still might go. It's a Saturday, who knows? But my question to you, Justin, is looking at the table, is there anyone that's currently in the bottom 6, right? So we got Seattle, Houston, Utah, Louisville, Chicago, North Carolina. Any of those teams you think can make a push for the playoffs? Like I know right now Seattle's tied with Bay FC.
I've been like talking about this a little bit in my articles recently, but like I feel like Seattle, they have like some inexperience and like they're kind of lacking like a true star player, but with like Lynn Biondolo getting better implemented like in that system, like I think Seattle can surprise a lot of people. If you look at that like Seattle-Portland game last week, I think both those teams have kind of like the narrative around them hasn't caught up to how good they are like so far. And I think, as the season goes on, that they'll catch up. But Seattle for sure, like that's a team I watch and I'm like, this is a very strong defensive team that like just need to get going with like Lynn Biondolo or even like another scoring option in their center role.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see that.
I again, every single time I hear Lynn Biondolo, like I still have to be like, oh.
You?
I just read this Cam Ward. Okay, well, see, now you don't have to pay attention to the draft anymore, Derek. your boy got drafted. Hello, Amy. Always good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for joining. I mean, you're in St. Louis. I know yes, Detroit. So Jake will be on later. We have the NFC North properly represented right now. Shout out to them.
It's gonna be a heated conversation. I just know.
Well, the fact that I said hi out loud back. Hey, that's love. That's love. That's what we want. We want, it's that multi-layered experience. You're in Lewis Hamilton's Broncos. Is he a Broncos fan?
He's a part ownership. Like,
is he really?
Yeah, he got in. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's one of the best investments you can make. Like, you put in a couple million, it'll come back tenfold in 2 years. But back to football, the real football that matters, because Justin's here, and we got to stay on topic.
Yeah, sorry. You're in St. Louis, and I know it's MLS, it's men's football, but are you gonna how are they doing? Are you even interested in that team?
I mean, because I cover them, like I have to be interested, but like it's been hard at times this year just because of how like their offense has been very limited, and they've been like good defensively. So they've been like 3 scoreless games so far this year. So like
Oof.
From a covering standpoint and watching how the team plays, like for me as someone who like dives in and like is in the details, like I see good things, but how do I then write about how they haven't scored like they scored 1 goal in 5 games and stuff like that? So like it gets tough. But yeah, I think I'm down at training like twice a week. It's nice to like get in and like see those guys at ground level. Like there's just even at that level, they just do ridiculous things with the balls in training, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be in that environment. Like or Energizer Park now is one of the like better game day experiences that I've been a part of. So like, that part of it is exciting. I look forward to like home games just because of the energy is infectious when you get in there.
Shout out to Frog the Wizzy. Shout out Bundesliga. Appreciate you coming through. And yes, as an Angel City fan, very familiar with scoreless games. The team is doing their best at this moment.
Yeah, and like you want to talk about, okay, like here's what I saw. Like there are ways to score here, but no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear anything positive after you. Like,
oh yeah, especially getting beat down by Gotham, who then themselves got beat down the next match. It's just like it isn't exciting to see.
Why can't you be excited with 6th place, Gronk? That sounds better than last year.
It's a long season.
Exactly. So in the moment right now, you only have 1 loss. That's 4 out of 5 results. That's positive. I don't understand why we're not seeing this like progress.
Yeah, I do like Angel City, and I think like that game last week, I kind of wrote about trying to play Giselle Thompson in the Alyssa Thompson spot. Like, kind of didn't work to a disastrous way. Not because like Giselle Thompson isn't good, but also you take her out of her like best position, which is also like a real point of strength when she's playing there for Angel City, and then they just got toast at the fullback spot. So like it was just a real big miscue in that match, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then like you fix that when Sam Lady's not the manager also.
Sorry, I gotta make a quick announcement. Hold on 1 second. The Jaguars just traded up to get Travis Hunter. So they traded with Cleveland for the 2nd pick, and Travis Hunter is gonna be a Jacksonville Jaguar, which is crazy. Nobody saw this coming before today.
No, not at all.
Right.
And Daniel, it's called recency bias. Easily. And like pointed out, Orlando, KC, Portland. That is the next 3 games. Just trying to make it till our new manager can come in, because yeah, obviously that's
a tough stretch.
Coaching staff is trying things out, and I'm not sure how well it's all going to work. Not playing Kristen Press, like if she's not 100%, can you like let us know? Because if not, we're all kind of like screaming at them. I can't believe I'm rooting for ex-Manchester United player Katie Zalem to get some playing time. Like what is happening? Like what do you?
Yeah, I don't understand that move. Yeah, there's just some roster
over Alana Kennedy in midfield. Like what are we doing? Like oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like the roster has taken a big step forward. Like that, silver lining we talked about the long season. Like,
yes.
I feel like that's going to be, and like compared to last year where you're kind of like hopeful that they make the playoffs. Like I feel like this team is a comfortable playoff team at the end of the year.
And that's the goal in America. We just want to make the playoffs, have a chance at the dance. So you got to change your European brain, turn it off. We just want to be in the party, okay? Now, my question is, do we call them the aunties? Because we have the unks in Manchester. So when you get Kennedy on the pitch and Kristen Press, are they now the aunties or the aunts? Like, what are we going to call them? Amy, feel free to chime in the comments. For all the millennial football players, they are on their way out. They're closest to the end than the beginning. I'll say that. Let's say that much.
Yeah, I do appreciate how much joy Kristen Press seems to have in like all of Alyssa Thompson's successes. That is something like from the outside looking in, I'm just like, oh, that's so nice. Have that as like your biggest cheerleader is very interesting.
Not the aunties. And I would just also like it if they could just celebrate each other's success together like that, like on the pitch.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Like on the field together,
Yeah.
maybe like a game-winning goal by Christian Press.
The one that isn't called off by offside or VAR. Yeah.
I do wonder, like, if there is just they don't feel comfortable giving her more minutes than they're giving her currently. Like, I know nothing's been said about that publicly, but like, I think if she were approved, they'd play her more. Or at least you would think they would like put her in the starting lineup at least once just to see how that looks. Like it reeks of just being extra cautious about like her legs.
Yeah, that's all I can assume it is. But yeah, like it's been, especially when they were getting smacked like they were by Gotham. It's like you put her in. Worst case scenario is she scores a goal, and she's looked very effective in the minimal time that they've been able to put her in. So yeah, I'm hopeful. And yes, it's a long season. A lot of rookies getting playing time. They will get a little more and more comfortable. I'm very hopeful.
I feel good about him. Mark Me Down is feeling good about Angel City.
Hey, that's good. So Angel City winning the championship this year?
I wouldn't go that far, but I feel good about them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, before we get you out of here, man, because I wanted to ask you. No, Amy, you're supposed to. We were doing a real good thing where you were gassing me up. We were 1-2 punch, and you can't turn on me too. Join in this delusional party. I guess who is. I mean, we asked you, is it Casey Currents and Orlando Pride's Washington Spirits? But I guess who do you feel is like a dark horse in the NWSL this season that could surprise a few people? And that's kind of tough.
I think I kind of touched on it, but I think Portland, with just like the young stars that they have that seem ready to step up, it's like tough because Sophia Wilson being out for the year, like you wouldn't expect them to then like take a step forward this year without such like a large presence, but they've been like putting together some pretty good performances. I don't have a lot of faith in Rob Gale, just with how like last year went, but so far this year, like their young stars have really stepped up. Like Rylan Turner has been amazing. Olivia Moultrie has been like a very, very good contributor. So like there's players that you would maybe expect to take a step forward that really have. And I like that going forward.
Love it. All right, well, brother, before we get you out of here, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah, if you like my NWSL talk, I have a Substack called Talkin' Soccer. You can find that on Substack. I also always promote it on my Blue Sky. Justin Horneker, you can find all my stuff. If you like MLS, I cover St. Louis City, also through my Substack, but also through St. Louis Magazine and other places. And I write for MLS.com now, so MLSsoccer.com. Don't get confused. So yeah, thanks for having me on. I always appreciate our conversations. It's very fun.
Of course.
So good to talk to you, Justin.
Yeah,
that's
you as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
All right. Tell everyone else to say hi.
Yes, will do. Funny thing, before I did Shades of Blue, I did a weekly news podcast. Shout out to Stuck in the Middle. And I had a segment where I would talk about Man City, and I called it Speaking Soccer. No, I would do it in my best Mancunian accent as long as I could. And sometimes it would last for a while, and sometimes it would be shit like that. So, yeah, let's bring out our next guest. I'm going to let you brothers, I'm going to say hi, hello, and let you brothers go because I need to go check my Popeyes again. They're starting to smell nice and golden brown. I'm super excited to see them. Shady Gang, give it up for Roberto Rojas. What's up?
What's up, boys? How are you?
What's good, brother?
Feeling great, man. How you feeling, Roberto?
I'm feeling great now that we just drafted Abdul Carter. So yeah, I'm feeling confident enough. Although it's been a while, like 30 minutes just waiting here. I'm just looking at the TV. I'm like, wait, what just happened? So I don't know how well informed you guys are of what's been going on.
Yeah, I got it right here on this other screen over here.
Good.
So coming into this, were you expecting?
I am a Giants fan.
He's a Giants fan.
Oh, yeah.
You were expecting Abdul Carter, I assume, because I think everybody pretty much knew number 1 and number 2 were going to be Cam Ward and
Travis.
Travis Hunter. So was Abdul Carter what you were expecting? Was that what you were hoping for?
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone was talking about, oh, maybe they'll try to get Sanders, and I'm just like, no, it probably wasn't necessary, especially now with all the moves that they made beforehand with that quarterback. So it feels like, yeah, it's the reasonable choice. I mean, hopefully now that they can create one of the best defenses in the NFL, it's a really good pick, and yeah, hopefully that it helps them rise to a better team heading into next season. I'm not that confident, as pessimist Giants fan always are as well. But hey, here's hoping that this sort of draft kind of helps us in a way that, hey, it's happened before with previous players. So hopefully it stays this way as well. Yeah, no, let's see how it goes. That's all I can really say. It's like when you guys get a new player, sometimes you're like, oh, who is this guy? Maybe you see stuff in YouTube or whatnot. And even we can say this for Sanders. Whoever gets him, have him go, like, see what he's gonna say. I'm not of this belief of saying like, oh, we should trash him or just get rid of him or he's gonna be a bust. Same thing with Bronny James, for example. Like when he first came to the Lakers, it's like, yeah, we know that maybe he's not of the caliber, but it's like, hey, give him a shot. You never know. That's the thing. So I'm of the belief of always to never judge a book by its cover. So like I said, any player that goes in, or just any team starting their new season, even for you guys, like heading into next season, like whatever happens to you, if you have a De Bruyne replacement or just anything like that, you just see how it goes. So that's just how I feel personally.
Big flow. I want to say this. So I'm really close friends. One of my best friends from college is a huge Giants fan. And if you remember the last year, so in the NFL, for those that don't know, you are literally ranked solely on draft picks by who has the worst record to the best record. There's a bunch of tiebreakers, but you want to lose if you're a losing team because it helps you out. The Giants and the Patriots won games in the last game of the season in week 18, and that is why they didn't get the top 2 picks. And so it's just like, as a franchise, like, hey, we got a great defensive player, but that meaningless win literally is the difference between getting Travis Hunter, who might be generational two-way star, who knows, Deion Sanders on steroids, to, again, who could be like Lawrence Taylor, right? Or Michael Parsons.
That edge.
Yeah. So it's like both are great. Like you didn't lose overall, but it just shows you like you have to play the game a little bit so you have the most control of where you want to go. Because I'm sure if you would have told Giants fans and supporters, if you can get Travis Hunter, who can do everything, or the really great defensive end, you want Travis Hunter, right, Roberto? Right. Like, am I lying?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's those are the circumstances that one has to go through. So ultimately, you just have to deal with what's at stake. And yeah, obviously, you can only do so much. And even the belief of tanking too. Sometimes it's like some teams don't even have that sort of luck as well. So.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Just the idea of tanking in general is really kind of counter to, as footy fans, that's counter to everything that we believe, right? You go out there, you try to play to win every match that you can, because if you don't, there is no, oh, you get the number 1 draft pick. You're getting relegated in most cases, unless, of course, you're the MLS. So, it just the idea of, well, we're not going to be top of the table or, top of the league. We're not going to win anything. So we might as well go as poor as we can. It's just kind of crazy. But that's the NFL. That's the American sport.
And you don't see that in other big, like in European leagues and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I think I saw something on the Bundesliga, for example, that they posted like a single, like, oh, imagine if every team had picked the last place team, or basically the team that didn't get relegated, would pick like the biggest rising star. And they were going with like Alphonso Davies and Kai Havertz and Florian Wirtz. It's just like, it's like, I feel like that sort of thing probably won't change things, because ultimately, like, to be a superstar on a really bad team I'm sure it's a huge responsibility. And, I feel for a lot of these guys too, to have that sort of pressure. Some of them do it, of course, we've seen that in the past, but, I also feel for the ones that are trying to do as best as they can, and sometimes they just don't have the help. And you're putting all this pressure on a kid, essentially, which, for a sport that has always a demanding fan base that is always ready to turn on you at any second. It's just, yeah, it's really brutal, honestly, just thinking on a lot on that.
Yeah, and one of the craziest things about tanking is that players don't go on the field to lose, right? But what you see is that the play calling changes, the players available changes. We just have all these strategies to not win the game. So it is interesting to see like the difference between footy and football. And with that, I know you wanted to talk about Champions League. So how you feeling about next week, man?
Yeah, it's really interesting. At ESPN, obviously we're keeping our tabs on this because obviously we're getting into this sort of nitty gritty tournaments and in just the last four teams. But I was talking to a lot of my colleagues and reporters and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, I think for the first time in a while, or at least like as long as I can remember, I need to go back to all the semifinalists that we've had in the last, I don't know, 10 years. I think you have a really sensible argument for all four teams winning. I know all of you guys maybe have one team that you don't want to win for obvious banter stakes, but they are also a team that has every right to be in the semifinals. But yeah, man, I feel like there is this sort of real argument that for Arsenal, for Barcelona, for PSG, and for Inter, that all four of them have a realistic chance of winning the Champions League. And at the end of the day, whoever does win it, at least it'll be well deserved. It won't be like a big surprise or anything like that, just because of how the tournament's kind of fared. And looking at how this kind of new format happened, with the league phase and the new knockout round, that was one of the things I had my concern about. Is like, okay, are those top teams really going to go and fare it out? I think it's like, was it the three of the top eight that ended up being the semifinals, and then it was PSG that was just right there at the bottom. So you have that one outlier. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be an interesting two of those games. Obviously Arsenal against PSG and Barca against Inter, they're both interesting matchups. And yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys think, because I don't know, I'm looking at all of this now, and we're about a couple days away from the first game, Arsenal PSG at the Emirates. I don't know what could happen. It's such a tight one because there's so many storylines and so many factors going in that it's hard to call. I mean, I have my picks. I know who I think is going to advance and win the Champions League, but just now assessing it fully, and love to hear you guys think. It's just, I don't know, man. It feels tough. It feels tough to call.
Well, first, who do you think is moving through and winning the league?
Oh, are you talking about the Champions League? Sorry,
Yeah,
I said,
Champions League.
yeah. In my opinion, I just think PSG have just been so incredible this whole season. I feel like Arsenal, they did a really good job eliminating Real Madrid, and that should be credited. But again, I look at this PSG side, the way that they did against Liverpool, the way that they competed against Aston Villa, and even in the league, I just feel like pound for pound and just the way that they're managed, with Luis Enrique, who's obviously a known winner. He's won this before. I just think they are the team that is just going to, I'm not going to say they're going to blow Arsenal out of the water, but I do feel like it looks like PSG are going to go through on that end just because of the individual quality. So I'd go on that side. The Barca Inter one that's a tough one. I mean, again, that's like, you really have two teams that are really equal, and right now with the injury of Robert Lewandowski, it's kind of fearful. Like, okay, that gives Inter sort of the edge, especially with those guys like Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram performing well. It's like, okay, now they have that, but Barca have Lamine Yamal, and you have someone that is 17 years old and is doing that, and it feels as if, you have the reasonable argument that maybe he's the best player in the world. They could say that for Rafinha as well. So you have that. Pedri, a wonderful midfielder over there. Obviously their defense is good as well, but then you have Inter. They also have a good defense with Bastoni and all those guys, Barella in midfield. They have so many good players. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably pick Barcelona just because I think they have the better edge on, again, same thing, individual quality. I think that's much more closer than the Arsenal PSG game, but it can go either way. And that's the beauty of these like semifinals. It's like you're that close to reaching the final. Like, you don't want to slip up. But apparently, as Tariq said, I think you guys are all PSG all the way. Just even going on just the vibe. I haven't even heard all your predictions yet. I'm assuming you're all PSG, Ale Paris, and all that.
I definitely want PSG to win that, right? And God forbid if Arsenal were to win, I'd want them to lose in the final. I definitely don't want Arsenal to win. On one hand, it feels like, could it be kind of all the chips falling in place for them to win it? That would be kind of scary, and I hope that that's not the case. Hopefully, that's just me being paranoid and being kind of Mr. Glass half full or glass half empty, however, whatever the pessimistic view of that is. So I think PSG, if you just line the players up man to man, PSG probably has the better, because Arsenal does have a lot of injuries, right? So, especially with Gabriel being out, so I think that's going to be big. On the other side, I guess probably Barcelona. I probably would want to see Barcelona. So Barcelona PSG would be a great final for me. What about you, Charlie?
I don't even. It's not so much that I want PSG to win. I think PSG is a better team. Like, I believe that Ruiz, Neves, and Vitinha is the best midfield in the world. They're so balanced. They can run. They can pass. They can drive. Like, they do everything so well. And so I think, like, they're going to cause Arsenal a lot of problems. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a 0-0 or 1-1 at the Emirates. But once you get to Paris and it's like do or die, and they can really just let that front three go with Barcola, Doué, Dembele in the best form of his life. That's just a lot for Arsenal to deal with, especially without that striker. Like, this is the part where you realize, like, oh yeah, you need a real number 9. And you saw what happened with City. We got a real number 9 in. We win a Champions League. We win a treble. You don't have a real number 9. You get to the mountaintop. You can't quite get over the hump. And on the other side, the Lewandowski injury is huge to me, and their high line, because I think, Roberto, what's is it Inzaghi? Is that Inter's manager's name?
Yeah. Simone Inzaghi.
Yeah.
Simone Inzaghi. I think he's going to be able to figure out how to beat the high line. Like, him and Flick is the best managerial matchup, like, of the whole tournament, I think. Two tacticians in what they do: 3-5-2, 4-3-3, high line, super explosive wingbacks. Like, that's the one that's going to be the best football match, I think. But I think Inter's going to pull through with their experience and that veteran core. So I got a PSG Inter final, and I'm going to go with the French. I'm going to take PSG all the way. All cousins.
And that's what it is. The oil siblings. I'm always going to root for the oil siblings.
But are you rooting for them? Sorry, go ahead, Crunk.
No, go for it. Ask your question.
Well, are you rooting for them to just beat Arsenal, or are you rooting for them to win the whole thing?
Oh, I want the whole thing. Like, I think PSG is the best team in the world.
Okay, so I guess my question then becomes, and I understand that, right? That's perfectly fine. There was always this kind of a compare, contrast, whatever. They were always lumped together, the whole oil brothers thing, right? The PSG, City, they were in it even before, like in the final with Neymar and all them, and they didn't win it. We made it there, didn't win it. We finally got over the hump. There's a part of me that wants them to not win it, because again, we out of the two, when we were both coming up around the same time, trying to get over that hump, we were able to do it. I don't want them to do it just that quickly after we did. I want them to have to go through a little bit more pain and anguish, and allows us to kind of set ourselves apart before they win it. So that's me. That's me being just focused completely on the City aspect of it, right? And it doesn't change what we've done. We're not even in it this season, but it's just the fact that I don't want them to do and duplicate. Well, the same reason I don't want Arsenal to do it, right? Because I don't want them to be able to say, "Oh, well, we have a UCL title now." I don't want that for them.
I was about to say, given the fact that you guys did beat this team, and it's mainly the same team. There's some new players here and there, but same manager, and obviously they had a really good run as well. Do you feel like you guys are also, maybe, like you said, now you have the argument for PSG and obviously Arsenal. I don't know what the argument could be for Barcelona, but maybe for Inter, just maybe that feeling of you guys thinking inside is like, wait a minute, we beat them. Now we kind of want to see them win. Because again, they're a giant. They win their 4th Champions League, their first one in like 15 years or something. Like, is there that soft spot? Sorry, not 15. Is it 15? Yeah, 15 years. Is there that soft spot for you guys as City fans to see Inter do it just after not being able to do it 2 years ago?
No.
Fair enough.
And I'll say this real quick, Tarek. Barca was my first love of football. Like, I fell in love with the Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta midfield. So, like, that is, like, at my core what got me into football with Pep. And so, if anything, that Pep lineage and how the game should be played is where like my heart goes. So, like for the love, I would say like I would want Barca to win over everybody, but I just think PSG is the most balanced side. Yeah.
I don't have a dislike for Barca. I know some people do. I don't have a dislike for them, and that's probably, to your point, Charlie, due to the respect that I had for them when Messi was there, when they were the best team in the world, and City was still trying to make their way. So it was kind of like, okay, they're the best team. They got Messi, they got Pep. Pep does his thing, but that was Barca. So I don't have any issue with them. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind an Inter win just because it's somebody. Well, I say somebody different. I think they've won it before, right? But
Yeah, 3
still,
times. Last
yeah.
time,
But
2 years
I
ago.
guess for me, it's probably none of these, again, none of it changes what it means for City. But I guess out of all of these, I'd probably root for. No, I'm not going to root for anybody, but I'd probably say Inter just because I don't know. Barca to me is not the same club that I did respect from a distance, though I was a City fan and I had identified that, okay, this is my team, but I still have a lot of respect for Barca. That's kind of changed a little bit in these last couple years. I just think the way they went about the Messi thing, all the different levers that somehow they keep pulling, it just doesn't feel the same. The whole more than a club, it just doesn't feel that way anymore. And so, not from a distance. Now, again, I'm not a fan, so why would it feel that way to me?
They're trying to win you back with Lamine Yamal, though. I think that's kind of the thing.
Yeah,
And Rafinha
and
as well.
I have to respect the fact that they play the kids. I got to give credit
Leeds
for that.
Rafinha. Oh my God, that man came from Leeds.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Crazy.
I watched him.
Came from Leeds and he just became the best player in the world. It's
The
like,
world
wow.
Ballon d'Or winner. What?
Hey, appreciate
Thank
you,
you, Lou.
Lou. Yes, and I'm with Amy. No soft spots. Even though I do think that Inter, just because their defensive setup, Inzaghi, I just think he's brilliant defensively. It is going to be tough to kind of shut out Barcelona, and I think that is why they will probably eke past Inter, even though Inter are very good defensively. It's just going to be very tough to keep Barcelona out. And same thing with PSG. I love all those melanated players with fantastic hair just balling out. They just play such fun football, and I think really in contrast to how Arsenal are probably going to play, it's going to be very interesting because, yeah, I think Arsenal are going to try to shut it down, kind of like how Pep does when they do the first home game, like just try to win by one. Worst case, do a draw, but I think try to win by one, and that's going to not make for the most entertaining game. But then also, I feel like Inter's probably going to be doing the same thing. It's going to be an interesting battle between the two sides.
Yeah, I think for the neutrals, I think this is where, like, if you bring like one of your friends that maybe never seen soccer, maybe have seen it a few times, you kind of have to take these games and be like, right, you don't need to know any of these storylines. Just go for what you feel is best and what you've liked. And that's going to be like sort of your ideology of how you view the sport. Because, again, you look at Arsenal and Inter as kind of like those like very gritty teams. I mean, they could be attacking. We've seen that, obviously. But, comparing that to Barca and PSG, which, they play a bit more, to using quotes, like beautifully, I feel like if you bring in your non-soccer friends that go out, want to watch this and be like, right, who do you think is going to be you don't have to tell them anything. You just say, just tell me what team do you like better? And then just be like, that's all right. That's your ideology. That's how you want to win the games. I think we all have our ideologies of how we want to win games. Some people say, oh, we need to be as win as possible, play beautifully. We have those ethos and whatnot. So I think I don't know why. I feel like these two games that are coming up are just going to be sort of I don't want to say a refresher, but sort of a test for a lot of people about how they view the sport.
I want to shout out two names, one in each match. In the PSG match, Kvaratskhelia has been incredible. Like, he's probably best January signing in the world. And it's somebody that I wanted City to go after, but Napoli weren't ready to sell a few years ago. And of course, love Doku, so we worked out. And I think he's gonna really push back Timber. Like, Arsenal's gonna be on their heels. Like, they're gonna just have to go 4-4-2 because I don't know how you play with PSG. Like, you can't. And on the other side, subbing for Lewandowski, who's been really efficient this year, former City player, Ferran Torres. Like, I think starting Ferran Torres and that false nine up there, but in between Rafinha and Lamar, is going to cause a lot of issues for Inter. Of course, they play, it's a 3-5-2, but like a back five, so they'll be able to defend it. But there's going to be a lot of pockets. I think Pedri's going to come up and make some hits. If I don't know who he's going to start between Olmo and De Jong, Frankie De Jong, so that's going to be interesting. But Gavi, right? Like, so you have so many options that I think Barca can like beat them down. So like, yeah, I guess I changed my mind. Fuck it. Let's do Barca PSG final. Let's just make it exciting.
I love that. That'll be entertaining.
That feeling of what you want to see from the beautiful game. The way they play, it's like, wait a minute, you're going Inter. Hang on. Let's get some philosophical stuff in there.
Yeah, let's just get it right. Let's get it right, man. Yeah, let's do it. And somebody win.
Yeah,
no penalties. No penalties.
It's always fuck Leeds.
What's Leeds do? Why?
They suck. They are garbage human beings. They know what they did. They know what they did.
Tell me they're going straight down. Do you think they're going straight down again next season?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I think the reality is that most teams that come up nowadays, it's tough to hang around. You're banking on Man U, Tottenham just continuing to be crap and just be if City's any better and Man U doesn't get those 4 points from us, then they might be in that.
Everton just having to survive somehow. They always find a way to.
But now they're good though. Like
they have the money now. Yeah.
What did Leeds do? What did Leeds do, Crunk? Tell me, please. What did Leeds do? Why do we hate Leeds? I like the all whites.
Well, it goes way back. It's just like the way that they play.
Their fan base, they're just not nice. And
that's what I want to know. I'm curious.
That's fine. And then even you can just go back to the last time Leeds were in the Premier League when City played them. You remember they were throwing their origami at all our players.
Oh, that did happen. Okay.
Yeah, just in general, but just in general, they just aren't nice people. So like, that's one of those things. I love how you guys have just had a whole conversation about jaywalking, but I honestly, I did almost die a couple of times in London. Trying to cross the road.
Looking the other direction is crazy.
Between that and just like how the streets turn, so you think you have a moment. And then all of a sudden, a car comes flying, and you're just like, "Oh my god!" And they don't stop for you. They do not stop for you. They don't slow down for you. There is no right of way. It's big scary. Every
man for themselves, really.
Wow, we do something better than a foreign country. That's nice. I'm happy to say that it's safer to walk in our streets. All right, let's go, baby.
We take those.
You don't have to
every day. We take those.
And before we get you out of here, I want to I saw your most recent article about Segundo Castillo and his fits. Oh my god, he's come onto my radar recently. Naturally,
I was about to say that's why I said, like, is he the best dressed? I mean, I'm asking you guys, like,
you gotta be. Yes,
anyone that is dressed better than anyone in other sport. I mean, who is that women's basketball coach? I forgot her name.
Oh, Kim Mulkey. LSU.
Yeah, that's like the one name I'm thinking of, but I'm just like, no.
I mean, Don is like actual drip. Like, I think Don Staley has the best like pure drip, but
Mulkey does the most with her outfits. But Segundo, he dresses well.
Mulkey is like, it's not even getting. It's like a costume.
Suburban mom.
It's a costume. It's not an outfit. It's a costume.
Yeah. I like that. No, Segundo, his is actually like drip. I definitely feel like, it's the look good, feel good, play good mentality, except for a manager. But if you have your manager coming out there and he always got that shit on, like, I'm gonna want to play hard for him.
And this is why the next manager, whenever Pep leaves, I hope he doesn't do the whole like let's wear training kit shit. I hate that. You're a manager. Put on a fit. Don't put on some club gear.
Barca got rid of that. Barca got rid of that, and they did it for their women's team too, because they always still had like a lot of fits in like sort of their like they're trying to do like what the NBA did. But now they're gonna get rid of it because of this like new contract with Nike. So it's like, right, we just have to wear like Nike stuff in training kits. I'm saying does the manager have to do it.
So you don't want Tony Pulis with the kit, the whole outfit?
I don't want to see any initials on your fucking shit. Like, put a fit on. You make enough money. Like, look like you run things. Don't look like you're a backroom staffer. Like, have some quality. I guess that's like also an argument for the NBA too, is that now everybody wears quarter zips, or at least like wear a sweater. I like when JJ Redick wears a sweater as a Lakers fan. It looks clean. It's nice. Just look the part, okay? That's all I want. This is my millennial rant for the day.
No, I agree. You gotta dress to impress.
So when you make your manager in FIFA 20 whatever it is, and you make your manager EAFC, I guess now,
Yeah.
do you make them with a suit on?
Oh, we putting that stuff on, yeah. Like
Yeah,
we're getting fits off. Like we're not out here about to be like just in a quarter zip or a big coat that says at Man City. No, do more, do better. That inspired me.
Oh my gosh. AFC, well, one, ACFC have everything fucking sponsored. It's insane.
Why do you
This
hate
replay
capitalism?
is
Why is
brought
that
to you.
bad?
I'll say
Why do you hate capitalism?
the
Why
women
do you
from
hate
Gotham
capitalism?
used to
It's
always have.
crazy.
I don't know if they were sponsored, but the Gotham women used to do their
started
thing
it.
on the. Yeah, they always look
Oh, yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I enjoy NWSL so much on the pitch and off the pitch. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful league.
It's
beautiful
very
league.
fun. Roberto, before we get you out of here, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah, obviously, thank you guys for having me. Obviously, keep me up. I'll keep you guys updated and posted on what I do at ESPN. Obviously, working on the soccer team. It's been a fun season, and obviously heading into now with Club World Cup, Women's Euros, and I forgot the other one, Gold Cup. Of course, how can I forget the Gold Cup? I got those 3 coming up this summer, so it's gonna be really, really busy as always. But yeah, you can follow me, of course, on all my socials. I think they're all the same name. I'm gonna say yes, it is. Roberto Rojas 97 at Blue Sky. Twitter, Instagram is Roberto_1206. That I did not change. That's been there since like 2011. I am not changing that to fit everyone else. But yeah, go follow me there, and yeah, check out also my podcast. Podcast, I should say, plural. Low Limit Football, which I do every week, talking about the world's game with Joe Usello, like I've always done for over 10 years now. And Guarani Vision, the first ever podcast dedicated to Paraguayan football in English. Obviously, I'm Paraguayan American, so obviously wanted to put in my passion of the Paraguayan soccer that I enjoy. And yeah, so thank you guys for having me, and check out all those stuff whenever you can.
Thanks so much, Roberto.
Yes, sir.
Always glad to
you
have
guys.
you, brother.
Yeah.
Peace.
Oh man. And yes. So Man City, they have a fashion wear deal with CP Company, and it's basically just upscale versions of like English streetwear. And Pep was actually
it was like D squared or something at one point.
Yeah,
too.
and they had them dressed like they were like prep school douchebags, and I hated it so much.
I love how the off the field moves people so much. It's hilarious. Like big feelings when kit releases come out, and like this is shit. I hate it all. Fuck Puma. You suck, Nike. Get out of here, Adidas. Well, Adidas actually
the only one that the fan base I typically don't see anybody complain about is the Umbro kits way back in the day.
Oh yeah, no,
and way back is relative, but
because we all love old shit.
Umbro was great. But now it's like that nobody liked Nike when they had them. Nobody likes Puma.
Oh god!
So it's just like you're not gonna be happy.
Puma's done really well. Like I
don't have
enjoy.
a problem.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a big fan.
I don't have a problem with
I love this every year. This makes me so
I don't have a problem with it.
Hey, there's my bag. See you, Puma.
Yeah, I'm right.
Shout out to the Pumas. Oh man.
The Black City Kids, Lou. Shout out to those. I saw black, and then there's like a blue and gray, or a lime green and gray, right?
Like a gray and
yeah.
They're
gonna pop off. Puma, they started
I think
real
that
slow.
all black is going to hit.
Yes.
You remember when Puma came out and they were just like, let's just do word art. Let's have colors, basic colors on paint, a lot of bright stuff. Like, what the hell are we wearing? And then it was like, okay, now we're going into some history. We get some storylines. We get the beautiful treble kit going back to the old days. Like even the electric one, that grew on me a lot. Like with the lightning one.
Yep.
Fire. Like it looks so good in the pitch. Like I was like, oh, we're gonna play fast today. It made no sense. It wasn't rational, but I felt like it looking at that kit. How can you sit deep? You got the lightning strikes on. You gotta go. And then Holland scored all those goals. Shit's fire, man. All right, I guess why this is why off the pitch stuff matters. My bad. Let's
man. It's time to get Bundesliga in here. Shout out to the GOAT team. Unbiased, of course. Fresh off of a stream of his own. So forgive him if he is a little low energy, but I'm actually just talking shit. He always brings it. He's the homie. He's the brother. Give it up for G.
See, I knew you were going to say something crazy, so you might want to check the Blue Sky.
I was gonna say I've never seen Jake be low energy. I don't know that Jake.
Should check the Blue Sky later, Crunk. I also want to go back on something. Okay, Dawn Staley got that shit on, right?
Always.
Kim Mulkey or whatever her name is dresses like she's gonna kill the 101 Dalmatians, like at post game.
Oh my god!
She dresses like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove, if you know what that is. So, anyway. This is a Kim
exactly what that is.
Banter stream. But how are you guys?
You're doing better now, man. This is best. Jake, you're a legend, bro.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate it.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
actually, I don't want to talk Bundesliga with you guys.
What do you want to talk about, Jake?
Every player that I get high on, you guys fucking sign. I just looked at your roster the other day. There's like literally 8 ex-Bundesliga players on your squad. How dare you?
Yeah, we're about to rate them more.
Like every single year. Yeah. Vardiol. Hold on. I know the order. I just said it. There's Ortega, but Vardiol. And then fucking, and then Marmouche. There's somebody in between too. And there's then it's like, oh, by the way, let's get Verdi.
Oh yeah, Akanji,
yeah, that's what. Yeah, Akanji, Vardiol.
But he's for the low.
Say
Marmouche.
Akanji, they were probably trying to push out.
They didn't
the door.
care about him. They didn't care about him. That's when he had his cut. See, that man's hair grew. He like Samson. As his hair grew, he got better. And that's what really happened.
I see it. I see the vision.
Look, man, look at this man. The braids got longer and fresher.
Yeah.
Look at him.
You know what happened? You know what happened? He got here and Ake was like, yo, let me hip you to how to do this.
Just let it go.
Ake put him on, and he's been a legend ever since.
I don't think he had a black center back partner in Dortmund, and he might have had one, but he didn't have one with the sauce.
No.
Yeah, Ake got that sauce.
Yeah. Ake really is him, and like the retwists are always great. Yeah, thank you, Bundesliga. I love Bundesliga. I love looking at who do I want next. Who's gonna be there for me? Because when you come here, you win. Like
the crazy thing is, there's a well-worn path of people who have come from the Bundesliga and not been great. Mm-hmm. We just happen to always hit, and hope I don't jinx us, but we just happen to always hit with our Bundesliga. Whoever our Bundesliga scout is, they know what they're doing.
Because it's me. That's the thing. No one run me my check. No one tweeted an appreciation tweet. Not shit. So
what?
You deserve more, Jake.
I told you I'm listening to 50+ donors specifically to pilfer players.
This summer, do not ask me about any players. I'm not telling you.
I will say this.
Who's the center back for Stuttgart? I don't know.
No.
What about the guy in Bot?
And Capier? I don't know. I don't know who he is. I don't know who Capier is. I will say this. I am so mad that Chelsea ruined Kai Havertz, because if you saw Kai Havertz at Leverkusen, what he did on that pitch compared to what Chelsea tried to turn him into, I was like, yo, you're not using him right. And I thought he was like the best of this German generation. Like Kai is really him, and then he didn't become him because Chelsea watered him down, and now like Arsenal, he's in between. But I'll never forget those years watching him at Leverkusen. I was like, yo, he is really fucking good. And I get why Chelsea spent the money. But they're like, fuck it.
Premier League also assassinated Timo Werner. I don't even know if he still plays soccer. He might be.
He's back at. Is he at Leipzig? He went back.
I'll say, is it?
He went back.
I don't think it's Leipzig, but he's back in the Bundesliga. I was going to say Stuttgart, but that made him right.
No way he's back in the Bundesliga.
Timo Werner, where does he play football? He's with Spurs.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they. He's on
loan from Leipzig. That's what it is. Okay.
Oh, he's not going back to Leipzig.
We did get him, Dan. You're right. Pep did come from Bayern. And love the Bundesliga, bro.
Yeah, and Pep coming from Bayern, I even will say that's half the reason why I'm saying companies coming to City, because Bayern, they can't appreciate him. They don't appreciate him there.
Come home.
They don't know what they got.
Hey.
It's like the election company 2028. Come on.
Hey, so I seen something today, because we saw the tweet in the comment about Pep and the missus potentially reconnecting and hooking back up.
Let's
or whatever.
go. Love wins.
I made the joke. I was just like, all right, 25, 26 title loading for us, because we know that when they were together and he was happy, we were winning. She leaves, we fall apart. So we just need Pep to be happy. But that being said, somebody posted was like, well, now that she comes back, because the issue was, or at least reported, the issue was she was ready for him to hang it up and he wanted to keep going. And so that caused some issues. So it's like, is he more likely to walk away at the end of 2027 if they get back together than he would be if they didn't?
What in the TMZ Sports?
Yeah, hey, when
what in the world?
We don't have Champions League to pay attention to, so now I got to pay attention to all this other stuff. It's like watching Real Housewives of Manchester.
Yo, Amy. Hey, can we put Amy's post up there?
No, you cannot put Amy's post up there.
Hey, yo.
What is that emoji? I have never seen that emoji in my life.
I just showed it just now, bro.
Oh,
what? Bro, what phone do you have?
She has an iPhone. I don't know what's going on right now. I gotta get a screenshot of this for the group chat. Let's put this on right now.
Phone, dude.
It's just 100% contingency.
This has to stay forever, bro.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be her new profile pic. I can make Pep happy. Like that should be our banner. Like I can make Pep happy.
Oh my god!
I almost gonna go. How, Amy? Say more. Tell me more about that.
No, don't
give me the game plan.
I'm about to get real expletive in there.
See, that's the worst part is now if I get any update about Pep's love life, I'm just gonna be thinking of that shit now. So
the next time you break up with his wife, we know why. Amy's gone over to Manchester.
Amy hopped in the DM with her black market emoji.
She said she gotta subscribe to the Only Shades for that.
That's what it is. Hey, yes. We love creative content. Okay.
That's the
hashtag no Shannon Sharp. No Shannon Sharp over here.
No Shannon Sharp.
No.
None of that. That nasty old man. He's a nasty old bastard.
Hopefully, maybe we'll see his wife here in the U.S. for the Club World Cup, because
good segue.
He obviously is not stopping at all with what he's doing.
Are y'all going to any of those?
Yeah.
Frank said he's going to Philly. I want to pull up too.
Yeah, I'm going to Philly.
I wasn't gonna go, but now I feel like I have to.
I wanted to drop. I wanted to go lower level for like 150, and I'm like, we're playing like some team I don't know. So I just want to be in a stadium and see people and like.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just buy a random ticket. Yeah, I'm hoping for the ticket because there's still a lot of tickets left. There's still a lot of tickets left.
Kate, you got to get your sister.
Oh yeah, you came in at the worst time.
Kate, you got to get your sister.
You came in at the worst time. Hit the family group chat up. You got a big job.
I put a screenshot of the comment in the group chat, and so just so we can
talk. Philly, Atlanta, Florida. So East Coast, and then it gets Southern.
No,
is she cooking? Here, let me see. So this was the first. Oh no, that was Daniel. There we go. Is this her cooking?
Oh my god, dude, come on.
And of course, the context is us talking about Pep and his missus being separated. And
no, it's better with no context. I love the no.
Oh Lord.
See, sister supporting. She's cooking. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh,
you know what's funny? Because we're laughing about this. My wife is always like, Pep is her boyfriend. That's what she says. Like if I'm watching the game, she's like, "Oh, there go my boyfriend," whatever, right? She said, I came downstairs one day when you were on a stream or whatever, and it sounded like you were talking about getting rid of my boyfriend. What is that? It's like, nobody's getting rid of Pep. I don't know how I deal with this.
Hey,
that's what I deal with in my house.
Happy wife, happy life. It's okay. Hey, I mean, have you seen Pep's wife? Maybe you guys can do like a free love type of thing. Hey, this is a lit stream. It's getting way. It's getting wild.
This is way
Whoa! Did we
got something to do.
This guy.
I got some postmates in the oven. I gotta take care of.
Go your 5,000 there, Crunk. Go get your food, dog.
My bad. Hey, this is your fault, Jake, for saying you didn't want to talk Bundesliga.
You can't start this.
I have two options on this show. Give you guys information on Bundesliga players or suffer? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Bro, Trump's going to sign me up for a swinger club if I don't tell you guys about beards? What the?
Too late already did.
Crazy.
Check your emails.
I'm blocking your email. Where's that email coming, dude?
Oh, my gosh. Oh man,
Jake. The Bears just picked.
Don't tell me about it. I'm not thinking about the Bears until August.
Oh, okay.
That's a good way to. I like that. Separate yourself.
Fair enough.
I respect it.
It's supposed to be a hot boy summer. I don't want to fuck it up thinking about the Bears. Imagine being on the beach thinking about the Bears, dude. No.
Ooh, that sounds horrible.
Definitely not.
Oh, I love this twofer. More like Bunda Iga, and then here we go with the Portuguese. In Portuguese, Bunda it translates to backside or buttocks.
I will say the energy definitely changed once I got in here. I'm not really I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Chicago got Loveland over Warren. What the fuck?
Chicago still.
Which one is Warren? Is that the one from Penn State?
Yeah, but they chose the one from Michigan, who I think is actually better. Oh my god. I want him to be a Broncos so bad. Oh man. Damn, that's a smart pick, Ryan Poles.
Giving him some more options, get some more weapons.
Like
yeah.
Tight end is usually that
safety. Loveland.
Yeah.
Nope.
3 offensive linemen.
They're not fooling me.
No, you shouldn't. It's the hardest division in football. Don't be fooled.
Not fooling me.
It'll actually be competent now.
Nope.
It'll be competent. Colts Warren might fall to them, Lou.
Lou,
they want him.
Where are you from? Because you talking about the Colts.
He's doing that for you? Because that's love. If you brought you up,
that is love. That's big time.
That's fire.
We love a callback.
And then Jake, is that a Canada hockey jersey?
It is. I got one of the four. Well, it's not a jersey. They had a jacket version. I got that after they whooped the U.S. So
the Four Nations one is that the one? Yeah,
which is a great idea. I had getting rid. Like I feel like people have like soured so much on All-Star games. I feel like nobody really cares about All-Star games anymore. So that's even though it's insane, right? Like you're playing if you're a top player in the league, you're basically getting called into a national tournament in the middle of the season. That's insane. But like people were really hyped up for it.
I mean, I love when PK Subban came out and was like, he called out the NBA, like, y'all are soft. Like, we play. Like, we aren't always healthy, but we put on the show. And, like, that's why ESPN picked up hockey and got rid of baseball, if you didn't know that. They're going to get rid of baseball after this year.
I mean, baseball's on its way out in general, man.
Yeah. But people still watch. It's crazy. It's the only sport where there are enough white people that will go to a 2 p.m. game on a Wednesday. There's so many white people in this country. Have you ever thought about that? That whole sport functions. There are so many day games in the middle of the week. What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, people just like, no, I'm going to the game. Fuck work. Like, the amount of white people.
That's what the Cubs do. That's what the Cubs do.
Yeah, that is what the Cubs live on at the beginning of the
season. We got lights. Oh shit! Who knew you could play games? We didn't.
CEOs don't work. They're all at the Cubs game, so they don't have to call off work.
That's crazy.
They just show up. But no, I mean, baseball. I actually like going to baseball games. Not at Wednesday 2 p.m., but I think it sucks. Like, I feel like that one season they had the shortened season. That I don't know how they saw that and then didn't pick that up.
Just like the NBA, they won't do it. Too much revenue.
They had like 60 games or whatever, and like that shit was fucking lit, and they're never gonna do it again. So, what was it say? LA Kings have a black player. Yeah, I mean, you can track all 6 black players in the NHL. Probably they're all in the group chat. They're definitely all in the group chat. That's not even
Oh, hey, he's got his.
Where is Lou from? What?
He said originally from Indy.
Okay.
There's only a AAA baseball team here, so a lot of Cubs fans, a lot of Cardinals fans, and some Reds fans too. So
no, that makes sense.
Reds, yuck.
Damn, the disgust. Sheesh.
Oh, I don't like the Cubs at all, bro.
But, yeah. White
you
Sox.
a Sox fan?
South side. Kind of Doc Slew out here.
Maybe I just don't like the Cubs. Oh yeah, Lou, what's the number?
What's your closest Kroger, Lou?
There's a 3-digit number on the back of your card. Put that in chat.
Make, model, year, maybe. I don't know. You feeling spicy?
Yeah, there's a big number on your dashboard. Can you just put that on the?
Feel free, man. Drop a link, bro. We'll pull up.
Hey, and as a Cardinals
fan, actually, I'd be interested to know what part. He said out west because Charlie used to live out there. Amy and Kate live out there in the LA area. Big ups to Hollywood MCFC. So I don't know if you're in that area, but
I'm actually Andre. That would be
that would be so dope, though.
Bro, drop us all 100. What are you doing?
Hey, Drake. I said Drake. Jake. Sorry.
I'm leaving.
Say Drake.
Where's the leave?
That's what got it. I said say Drake so much in my life. Saying Jake didn't come out. Hey, Jake. Your energy is infectious, bro. This has taken a huge turn in so many winding roads. I wasn't there for this. I didn't know what was happening.
It's because, bro, I'm the least qualified person in this stream so far. You had someone on ESPN. You had an actual writer. I'm literally a Bundesliga clown that gets on Twitch and has a whole.
And that's why we balance everything out, Jake. And you brought some real melanin in here, so everything is here for a reason, bro.
Damn, that's the word. Amen. Passion.
You are DEI guest.
Hell yeah!
we don't tell Trump we'll get in trouble.
We'll get Please don't dox Jake, y'all. Please don't dox Jake. We can't. Right. I will pull up in a heartbeat, dog.
I won't turn this political. Never mind. But
we say whatever we want. That's the best part.
Oh no.
It is the lit stream.
Called the lit stream. I'm trying to. He's downplaying himself, but this bro. Hold on. Here we go. We found it. I found it.
Found what?
Excuse me. Big sneeze. Oof.
Is this,
man, no, that doesn't even count. What?
It doesn't count.
Barely in it.
I mean, there are people who are barely in it, but you're in it. This damn video's taking so long.
No. I don't even get it.
Let it run. I want to see these people. I've never seen this before.
There's no.
I don't care about the audio. I just like the joy.
But you see it? See the person right here? Everybody technically is circled around him. He's in here.
Is that Jake?
There's a Jake right there. There's a
Jake with the flag?
No, he was behind
the back, bro. All people get in the back, so I got
That makes sense. They do tall
people. He got in there, and everybody immediately swarmed around him. He downplays himself, but that's how famous people work. They go, "Hey, don't look at me. Don't worry about me. I'm just single-handedly repping for Bundesliga, gotten people interested in them, like Cone, they're forever grateful for you. Speaking of, I keep that thing on me.
Man,
right over there.
I know I have a reputation of being unbiased to keep, but bro, I'm gonna crash the fuck out if they don't get promoted. They're literally sitting in first right now.
How many matches left?
There's going to be 3 after this weekend, and they're 5 points ahead in first.
Is it only the top team make it?
Top 2, and then the third best team is in a relegation playoff, which they're going to fuck up whoever's in the relegation playoff spot in the top league. There's no chance to Heidenheim. It's probably going to be Heidenheim. There's no way they're going to win. So,
damn. Call the shot. Amy has a Union Berlin request. Anything going on with them?
Is there anything to say about them staying up? Bro, I did make fun of Stefan Baumgart because when he got hired in January, I'm like, LOL. And he had a quote that he said in the press of essentially translated to we're going to be arsons. We're going to set the thing on fire. And I made fun of him so much for that. But he kept them up. They were like about to get relegated, and now they're playing the best soccer, some of the best soccer of the season. And it's just like, all right, go off.
Daniel,
we're in like soup. Oh Lord, I can't say.
Do not feed this. Stop feeding this awful story.
Now that Crunk did send me the contract that I can't talk about that. So.
Is Bunny gonna play for City again? I don't know.
Who?
Oh, sorry. They brought up the Bunny Shaw comment. I was like, is she ever gonna play for City again? Because it's been a minute.
Oh, I can't say anything.
She's gonna be training.
I mean, can you imagine a Jamaican? I mean, she can handle Manchester, but I mean, Chicago's a whole other level of cold.
But they don't play in the cold though.
There are 1 billion Jamaicans here, though,
including the manager.
She can enjoy herself and then get out. We know you want to leave Chicago by the end of October. She'd be gone.
I don't blame her. I do too. We're coming up on like the only good stretch there is to be in Chicago. That's why if you're trying to go to Chicago and you ever ask, like, if you've ever been here in December and you're like, oh, these hotel prices are nice, and then you try to come here in June, just sleep in the park.
So it's like a year anniversary since we actually met Jake in person.
Yeah.
It is.
It was like 4 days ago.
Yep. Yeah, brought it up. I was like, oh shit, a year does fly by. We were all in Chicago together.
Yeah, y'all walk in AJ Hudson's like the Monstars, bro. You're all so fucking tall.
Oh, because it was like 420, wasn't it? I remember that.
Yeah, and you're so fucking tall. So we were just being like you. Like we made a starting five.
Been the point guard on y'all's team.
No, Tom and Crunk and you. Y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, y'all are some real Los Gigantes, okay? Los Gigantes.
When are y'all coming back? What's up?
That's a great question.
As soon as if the Fire get KDB, I'll be back. I'll be back a lot. Actually,
I'm getting season tickets if that happens.
that man's going to enter.
Y'all
that man to Miami. Please get him out of the PL. Don't go to Villa, please.
Hey, I actually saw that they're moving some pieces around. Julian Gressel and people on their bench. They're moving around to try to get Gam. The whole Gam Tam
allocation money.
Man. Yeah,
Milan, not okay.
Gam Tam, thank you, man.
That's the whole lawsuit, right? I thought you were talking about Inter Milan, but Inter Miami.
No, Inter Miami. So if he goes there, that would be more likely to happen than Chicago. But if he goes to Chicago, I will be there.
How much more help does Inter Miami need?
All of it, evidently.
Damn.
Why not dominate? I love dominance. I would love it. I don't know why people hate
dominate. Have they won anything yet?
They made it to the final last year, right? Or close to it? No, I'm not. Let me stop. I don't care about it.
I'm sorry.
I can't even care. Like,
I mean, usually with the Fire, I'm kind of done in like July, so I don't really know.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, I mean, and KDB would be a huge step up from Shaqiri. So, like, yeah.
Oh, I would be a big step up from Shaqiri.
But he's balling for Basel. I saw a tweet and thought of you, Jake. That's crazy. I saw a Shaqiri tweet and instantly thought of you. He's going crazy, like 32 appearances, 32 goals, contributions, trying to get Basel up.
I would be playing like that too if I didn't have to live in the U.S. So I feel
man felt free.
That's fair.
The sense of safety and freedom can do some things for your
who knew
for your playing ability.
In 3 months of hell, we got another 36 left. Woo! Can't wait.
That's if no, I'm not gonna say anything.
The inference was met.
Oh my gosh. Oh well. Let's have you plug yourself and the most of things that you do before we get you out of here.
That was like when you're at a party at 1 a.m. and you need the motherfuckers to leave.
Well, I started thinking about my pot pie. I started thinking about my pot pie, if we're being honest.
Okay, fair enough. 50 plus donor. We are maybe doing a double show next week. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned this summer. Crunk, we are finally done with Bundesliga and Dragons. So I know you've been wanting to be on that since we ever talked about it. So
super excited.
Official invite for you to be on that.
Let's go.
We're doing a in-person watch along for the DFB Pokal, which I wish we should have talked. We should have talked about that.
That's gonna be fire.
Finally, we have a game that There's no morality needed. Like both, if any of those two teams winning, like I think most people would be fine.
Who's in it?
Armenia Bielefeld, which Stefan Ortega's former team, and then VfB Stuttgart. Bielefeld had never won the Pokal, and Stuttgart last won in 1996. So it's going to be some big streak broken in that one. But we're going to be doing a live show for that, like at a bar, which will be fun. But yeah, just come watch us. We're usually pretty fun, I think.
They are very fun. They are always a great start before I get lit here at the Lit Stream. Always hop on and watch their stream and just add my Premier League chaos and try to find how many ways I can make their Bundesliga stream about the Premier League. It's very fun. Very fun.
Next time, so here's some homework for you. Next time I want to talk Darmstadt.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
I already said what I don't know anything. I've never heard of that team in my life. Single player on there. Never heard of it.
Love it. Oh, all right, brother. Love you. Have a good rest of your evening.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Oh my gosh. What an amazing show. Shout out to our 3 guests, Justin, Roberto, Jake. And next week, another amazing show for you. Love you too, Amy. We got Matthew of Comments SC coming on. We got Gabby, Gabrieles. Shout out to Shirtless Plantain. It will be a great guest to be having
after
on.
leg 1. That'll be fun.
Yep. And shout out Angel City FC. Jamie Calderon coming on. We're gonna be able to talk some Angel City with her. Yes. So thank you, everybody who's joined and watched and in the chats. Appreciate all of y'all. We will see you all soon. But until then, right? You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.